This episode of After Dark is brought to you by, well, you. If you want to support the Boss Rush Network and our family of podcasts, head on over to our Patreon at patreon.com/BossRushNetwork. Thanks for your continued support.
Hey, what is up, everyone? Welcome back to Boss Rush After Dark, the topical podcast show for adults here on the Boss Rush Network. It's your boy, LeRon, back in the house, and guess what? Corey's back with us. Hey, Corey.
Hi, I'm here. I'm back. Sorry, did you miss me?
Yes.
Immensely.
Yes. Yeah, like we spent a good chunk of last episode talking about you, and I didn't talk about you in a bad way. Like
I know, neither of you kicked me out. Appreciate it. Oh, I listened to the whole episode.
Oh, I bet you did.
What was it? I wanted to. It was marry Corey, but you were doing the one night stand with Corey, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
That's probably how it would have went for me too.
Just would have got it out of the system. That's all.
Sure. Sorry, Pat. I would have kicked you out, but mostly because we kind of look similar, and if I wanted to
you don't want to
fuck another balding white guy, I would have just looked in the mirror for 5 minutes and moved along.
Oh my gosh.
Stephanie, how's it going?
It's been an insane few weeks, so I'm just trying to keep my head above water. I fly out for a long weekend vacation tomorrow, so I just need to hang in there.
Oh, congrats. And before I forget to say anything, Pat, we miss you. We love you. You chill and you take the night off.
I kicked you
can't wait
out.
to have you back next week.
Just kidding. We miss you, Pat.
So here we are again at the middle of the week. Another wonderful episode of After Dark. Anything new, hip, and exciting going on?
Writing a lot of proposals for our meeting next week. That's been fun.
Mm-hmm.
Work's been really busy. Life has been busy, but overall, I think I'm okay. We're gonna make it. You know, we're gonna make it. Feel it.
I'll admit, I'm feeling a bit bummed out. I didn't get this I guess it would be a promotion, but this job that I interviewed for, like within the company,
Mm-hmm.
it's for an associate director position. So I would be interviewing for like my boss's job. She's still in the company, but she's just getting a different position. So my boss's position is vacant, and she actually recommended me. Like she said, I think you'd be great for the job. So I took my false sense of confidence and I got turned down. And I am not a stranger to rejection. I think for me, in most cases, when I get down is or feeling down is after repeated rejections. Um, sorry, I promise I won't take too much time of this, but I was overlooked for management positions at my first real job. Then the job after that, I was being prepared for management position. Then when our company merged, our new boss decided that I was not eligible for the manager position. And now in this job, I'm applying for a management position, and there were others that were more compatible to a leadership position than I was. And it's a real kick in the nuts where I am constantly never good enough to be in management. And it's one of those questions, how the fuck am I supposed to have leadership experience if you're never going to let me be a leader for something? So I'm kind of licking my wounds here. I know I'll be fine. I'll get over it. I'm sure it's more stress than what it'll pay. But it sucks that I'm always just going to be never good enough. So that's how my week's going.
You're good enough for us, Stephanie.
For real.
Thanks. I wish this could be my full-time job.
Wouldn't that be nice?
It would be. It would be. It would be.
Yeah, like I would love to just be a straight up content creator. You know,
Well, let's
um,
just quit everything and just do it.
no,
Why not?
no, like no, like
Health insurance costs too much.
this can't this is
Just move
not
to
able
Canada. It'll be fine.
this is not able to pay my bills just yet. You know, it's not.
It
One of these
barely.
days, I
It
hope.
doesn't
One
even
of these
pay the
days,
company's bills. So
yeah. One of these days, I hope to wake up and be like, oh, this is actually staying in the black. Let's do this.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm still at a point where I still need to work 2 jobs, so
I think I think I don't want to say this ship has sailed for us, as far as being like content creators on YouTube and Twitch and all that stuff, but I do believe that the hot time to get in on this stuff was like 5 or 6 years before even the pandemic. The pandemic is where everybody decided they were going to do it. Like because we all had time to do it now, but I feel like the sweet spot was back when Twitch was actually giving out real good money for content and stuff, and YouTube wasn't always changing like their algorithms and what the hell? Okay, that looked weird. Like I got like a
It's
patch
called
of
gray hair,
gray hair,
LeRon.
and it looked weird. It looks weird in my camera. Yeah, sorry. I have squirrel syndrome. Whoops. But yeah, like YouTube changes their monetization rules like every 2 days, now and stuff like that. So and now everything gets demonetized real easily. Like I'm pretty sure like the first 5 minutes of tonight's show we've already been demonetized.
Yeah. Well, I've been doing a lot of that kind of research the last couple of days, and we just, I mean, we gotta change some things up. I think that's
I don't
the main.
know. Maybe LeRon is right. Maybe the ship has sailed. A couple people apparently think we're too old.
Well, then they can go listen to somebody else. I don't care. I just think we got to do, especially on like the YouTube side. Like nobody cares about podcasts on YouTube. Like it's nice. It's a nice feature for people to
Yeah,
have, but like
that's it. Like we got caught in the trap that YouTube had like a few years back where YouTube was all about that long form content. Now they're
it,
back
it's
to short
still
form.
it still is long form esque, but like it's like the mid form content now. It's like you're either a shorts creator or you're doing like 7 to 21 minute videos, right? Because you got to get those ads in there, right? Because like every 7 minutes you can insert an ad. So people are either doing, their 20-minute videos where they can get 2 ads in, or they're doing their 7-minute video that has their 1 ad in, or they're doing the long form thing that, they can get 3 in. And that's like, we just, I mean, again, we can talk about this off air, and we're obviously having a meeting on Monday, but like, we just got to make a plan. We got to make a new plan. We got to make different plans. We got to figure out how to chop this
But,
up.
but we also got to make sure we don't do it such a big shock to the system to where like we lose our listenership because
But I don't think because like I made a kind of like a not like a total revamp for the Boss Rush podcast, but like most of the things people were like suggesting, I had already put in there for like our suggested revamp. Like, and so like I think we're on the right track. I think we just need to buckle down and do it. I think we spend too long on some segments, and then we don't have enough time for other segments because we have to hurry up and finish it because we're doing this right after. Like there are multiple reasons, and then like this show is suffering because it's 11 o'clock by the time we record it, and we're all dead ass tired.
Mhm.
So I mean, those are just small things. Those are small fixable things, right? Those are just small fixable things that can,
yeah.
increasing the quality of a show without changing anything else can go a long way, like from that perspective. So, I mean, that's just my opinion. Uh,
Well, I mean, nah, that's good and that's valid. And but you know one thing that's cool though, for our listeners and our viewers out there, like if you want to do something to help us improve the quality of the show, please support the Boss Rush Patreon, which you can find over at patreon.com/Boss Rush Network. That way, you're supporting both the Boss Rush podcast as well as the Boss Rush Network, including us After Dark. uh, Heading over to Patreon right now, joining in any tier that's right for you. You'll start earning perks such as early ad-free access to this show, as well as other podcasts, exclusive access to spotlight interview access threads, as well as voting rights on the Video Game Book Club, and much more. So remember, that's patreon.com/Boss Rush Network. And as always, your listenership and your viewership is always enough for us. If you're watching the show on YouTube right now, or if you're listening out there on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, do us a favor. YouTube side, hit that subscribe button, leave us a thumbs up and or a comment. And over on the audio side for Apple Podcasts and Spotify, consider leaving us a 5-star rating and a review. You can also check out our merch on T Public. I was about to say Teespring. Whoops. With over 50 designs to rep your favorite shows and more. And as always, you can check out all of our content, our various reviews, articles, and more over at bossrush.net. There you go.
Going back to the
Go ahead. I
uh,
was about to ramble. Go ahead.
I was going to say, going back to like the podcast stuff, like we also got to cut down on the amount of stuff that we do. I think in total, because like we do a lot of podcasts, and I think if we really focused on like a core set of podcasts, and I know we've cut a lot out already, right? But like just we just refocus everything and rip the band-aid off and like let the people know that we're changing some things, you know, and like maybe this cast changes for After Dark, or you know, I just I don't know. I think we've gotten to a point where we are too unfocused across too many different things, and maybe that's just me.
No.
But
I get exactly what you're talking about, because like yeah, I don't listen to every single like episode of all the shows that come out and everything, but I do notice that like sometimes it doesn't seem like there's a uniformity to it all,
mhm,
and there's a lot of type A people out there that they listen to podcasts, they watch the shows and stuff like that, and they kind of want that familiarity.
mhm. Yeah, and so I don't want to make this entire After Dark about all of this garbage
Yeah.
because
No, we
like
shouldn't.
we're going to talk about it anyway. But like I feel like I've been too passive in a lot of these things because I think some people like certain like actually doing certain things, but like other things I need to be more assertive. It's like, okay, we just got to cut this out. We got to stop doing this. We got to switch some things around. Like no offense to Pow Block or that side of things or anything, but we had to rip the band-aid off and end expansion pass because the quality was deteriorating rapidly, and it was to the point where at points we were recording at like midnight an episode of expansion pass just to get it out, and you don't want to do that either.
Yeah,
So
that's not helping anybody,
mm-mm.
much less our audience.
Yeah, so those are the types of things that I'm talking about, and I would like more voices involved in the Boss Rush stuff. And you know doing a two-man show for Pow Block is hard. Like I would like to expand the panel, to have at least a third chair, and but we'll talk about that later. I have a lot of thoughts, and I've been thinking about it for a long time, and I was waiting for this meeting to happen to get it all out, but it just I have a lot of thoughts, and I just hope people are ready for this meeting on Monday because yeah,
Don't worry, I'll
Anyways,
rein you in if needed.
I'm scared.
did you see that? Did you
I
see
know I'm
that?
scared. I know.
What?
Spoilers, I'm leaving and Stephanie's becoming the president of the company.
No, no, no. I'm just your support rock thing person. I
My
don't know.
support rocket. Oh man, it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So did we not get any listener questions this week?
I
Is
didn't
that what
ask for
happened?
any.
Oh, okay. Okay. It's
Did
okay.
you ask for any, LeRon?
No, no.
Oh,
I need to apologize to our viewers and listeners out there because I last couple of weeks I've been busy. Like I mean, like everyone knows. Like I moved in with my boyfriend a few weeks ago and stuff like that. Like I'm still adjusting to those changes. I mean, it's not it's nothing bad or crazy, but like I technically still work from home, but I also work. I now I go travel to a place to work as well. So like I have an office away from home technically, and stuff like that. So there's stuff like that. Uh, I've had a lot of doctor's appointments like lately. As a matter of fact, if I can get candid with you guys for a moment, um, okay, so it looks like a situation's going on with my with my blood pressure right now that I've now been diagnosed with chronic kidney disease, which basically means
Oh.
like if it gets to a certain point, like I could go into kidney failure and have to go on dialysis or need a kidney transplant, stuff like that. I'm nowhere in that, but because of like family history and stuff like that, yeah. So we're trying to figure some stuff out with my blood pressure right now, because I've always been one of those people that had like an elevated blood pressure. As far as the numbers go, like it's always been at the line of hypertension and stuff like that. Sometimes it goes over, sometimes it's less, and things of that nature. So
Yeah, but it
this
needs
week
to
I was
be pretty controlled to make sure you don't do further damage with CKD. Then there's going to be certain
yes.
medications that are actually kind of protective of the kidneys a little bit. So,
Yeah, as a matter of fact, as a matter of fact, I've been on losartan, which that's one
mhm.
that's good for to protect your kidneys and stuff like that. But my doctor and my kidney specialist, they both put me on a prescription for another pill that basically they they found out that I'm having a bad time with water retention, and like if your
Yep.
cells are holding on to all the water, it's actually impacting your blood circulation, stuff like that. And I always thought I was just overweight or out of shape or whatnot, because like how you have a pair, you wear socks and you take them off, you have the imprint on your legs. That's a sign of water retention.
Hmm.
That's not a sign of being out of shape. That's a sign of water
No,
retention. So if you can literally like read the imprint of your socks on on your ankle or your leg or whatnot, yeah, you might want to go get checked out by a doctor just to make sure you're fine and stuff like that. But I learned that, and yeah, like so like they put me on this pill. I don't have the bottle in front of me, so I'm not gonna say what the name is because I don't remember it.
is
But
it
I tell you
long and
what,
begins with an S?
yes. No, 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 no.
Right?
Wait, wait.
Oh,
Wait, I think it does. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. But it's basically designed to run the water out of your system. And I kid you not, like I've been back and forth to the bathroom so many times during the day since I've started taking that pill. It's almost scary. It's like, man, am I drinking this much water? But I'm thinking about, no, I'm not drinking that much water. It's just running all the water out of my system. I stepped on the scale today. I'm down 5 pounds.
that's crazy, man.
Water weight. Water, and actually, you know what? I just thought about it. Like, uh, I've actually gotten a little more energy. Like I'm still saying I don't need to take a nap in the middle of the day, but like I've noticed, like I'm actually going a little bit longer. Before it's like, okay, I need to lay down for a few minutes.
That's what she said.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's great. I mean, not the overall condition is not great, but I'm glad
Well,
that like stuff you're starting is making a positive impact in your quality of life.
yeah, the main problem with me is because like my dad passed away for he died when I was 19 from a heart attack, and my dad's side of the family is basically like cursed with freaking like heart disease, high blood pressure and all this stuff. While my mom's side of the family, it's diabetes and all that other, and it's just the other, it's one end of the spectrum to the other as far as like my family tree goes and stuff like that. And so I tried my best for the longest time to try not to be medicated, because like I'm one of those people where I'll forget to take a one a day multivitamin. So like if I wind up on medication that is like life sustaining and stuff like that, I'm kind of fucked. Yeah, so for the longest time I tried my best to like manage my weight, like manage how I eat and stuff like that and things like that. And eventually got to a point, honestly, I because my doctor was giving me the options of like you're doing all right. You work out, like you're in pretty decent shape. Like like just watch your weight and stuff like that. Do you think you need to? Do you think you need to? Do you think you want to start taking medication? And I was like, no, I think I'm good. Unless you're saying absolutely yes, you need to start taking medication. That's how me and my doctor were. Because like my my credit to his credit, my primary care physician, he's not a pill pusher, and I appreciate that. Um, you know, uh, but um, but then when I had some labs done and they noticed there was something weird going on with my kidneys, they're like, you know what? This could be related to your blood pressure. We should probably start taking something to see if we can get this under control. Yeah. So there's
How the
that.
dialogue between a physician and a patient should be.
Yeah. Yeah. Not I've I always feel weird because I haven't had them that I have not had doctors that often that will just be like, okay, this is what's going on with you. Here's a prescription. Get these meds and stuff like that. Like most of the doctors I've had have always been like, look, this is preventable. You just have to make some course corrections and stuff like that. If you come back to me a couple of times and it looks like it's chronic, we will have to put you on medication. Those type of conversations you want to have with doctors. You don't always want to just go like, oh well, this is happening with me, and then they're like, okay, immediately, like they don't even like pull out the stethoscope and hit you. They're just like write you a script and send you out the door. Like, nah, like I don't trust those doctors.
Dude, don't get me started with the Wegovy and Ozempic crap. Though that's more patient driven. Like that shit
Yeah,
run rampant. Maybe that can be a topic one day because I have some rage about those GLP ones.
yeah, yeah. Like Ozempic, yeah. Once I figured out like what was going on with Ozempic, I was like, no, this is making people sick because like in the long run, like it's not doing anything to like change their habits. It's just another appetite suppressant. I'm like, if you want to stop appetite suppressant, just try one of those crazy ass diets that no one ever like sticks with.
Well, yeah, because as soon as you stop it, majority of the time you'll gain the weight back. The only time you probably wouldn't gain the weight back is if you also change your habits. It's
Yeah.
costing the health industry millions of dollars because everybody wants to be on it. And no
Hmm.
one wants to put in the effort to do the preventative thing first. Not to say that there aren't people that genuinely need it when they're like just morbidly obese and they've tried everything and they've got some genetic hindrance. Like there's a small subset of people where speaking weight loss, not diabetes treatment, could benefit from it. But I can hear people at the nail salon talking like, "Oh, I'd like to lose a few pounds. I should go on Ozempic." And I'm like, you know what?
I know they say it so casually.
I wanna smack those people, and for those that are new to this podcast, I'm a pharmacist, so I listen, there's a lot of good that goes with GLP-1s, but guess what? They're still a new drug class. We actually don't know what they're doing to us long term. Just saying.
Killing your pancreas for one.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you wind up taking the wonder pill to like lose weight, and then you come back a diabetic. Once you get off of it, and like what happened? Stuff like that. I don't know. Like
If you guys get it,
I
because I don't know if it's geared more towards females or not,
no,
but
no,
when
no,
I get
no, no. Men and women are alike because I've got dudes that look better than me talking about at least you get it. And I'm like, but then again, men have like the weirdest thing with body dysmorphia ever. Guys that look like Arnold Schwarzenegger or Chris Hemsworth are like, oh, I'm too fat. I need to lose some more weight and some shit like that. And it's like, what?
well, no, I'm talking about the fact that I get emails from Groupon and it's all weight management. Get yourself on Ozempic. Like I got emails constantly. And here's the thing about dudes and Ozempic and stuff. You might lose weight, but you also lose a ton of muscle mass.
Muscle, yeah. And what people don't understand is muscle. When men lose muscle, they lose testosterone. Yeah, so everybody should be going to the gym at least 20 to 30 minutes every other day. Should be pumping some iron.
So
Oh, by the way, we need to do this more often. We need to let people know that hey, like we are not medical experts. We're not experts in all the stuff that we do that we talk about and stuff like that. A lot of the stuff that we talk about is from firsthand account and just living life and stuff like that. So like if something we say on there sticks to you the right way, please consult your doctor, your physician, or your therapist to be sure.
Well, my ego would like to contest that there is one medical professional out of the three of us here. However, this is not my current job. Like, I'm not here to do it. That's
I
my
I,
other
I
job, my day
I
job.
did I did not mean to I did not mean to discount you
No,
there,
no,
doc.
I know, I
I
know.
I
I'm just kind of
I,
dry humor there. No, like, I, what LeRon said, we are not currently giving medical advice.
Besides, we're not trying to catch a lawsuit because, like, you did go on Wegovy or whatever and came back with like low testosterone or diabetes or some type of like pancreatic like situation or whatnot. And please, like, if you're over a certain age, please get your colon checked out.
Get that little digit exam.
Who knows? You might like it.
I was about to say, if you don't fixate on it, you don't even know, you don't even realize it's happening.
I was trying to get a first-hand account, not first-hand account, sorry. Just I asked my boyfriend, and he's like, "It's just the fact that my doctor's fingers are so fat." Like he keeps like saying how fat his doctor's fingers are. I'm like, does it really make that much of a difference?
It's
Okay.
it's it's fun. It's funny, because I'm bisexual, and yeah, I've gotten the digit exam, and it wasn't like I was like, ooh, yeah, like let's do this, But at the same time, it wasn't like I'm so apprehensive about it getting done. I don't know. In my brain, it's like it's a medical procedure. They're trying to make sure stuff down there is the way it should be. So I'm not being uptight about this, and stuff like that.
You can't be uptight about it or else it'll hurt.
That yeah, for sure.
No,
Like
I want to be honest with you. I just think you're more mature and just have more insight about everything. I think my boyfriend's the whole straight dude fear. It's like, oh man, I don't want to finger up the bum. I'm like, dude, it's just a medical procedure. Just shut the fuck up and relax for like a minute and you'll be done.
the only time you need to be worried about like what the doctor's doing back there is if you feel two hands on your backside while
Yeah,
you're getting it done. Then you need to be worried.
exactly.
Yeah, so there was my little piece, yeah, but I mean, like, yeah, back and forth doctor's appointments, stuff like that. Like I'm actually seeing like a real deal therapist now and stuff like that. And guys, I can tell you one thing that got confirmed for me by my therapist. I'm not addicted to porn. I'm not. I'm not. Like we hit the questionnaire about like electronic usage because I'm an IT guy, electronic and gadget usage, and also like pornography history and stuff like that. And yeah, like I guess I answered all the right questions that led to like, yeah, you do not have a porn addiction. Like my need to watch pornographic material has not led to me losing a job, has not led to me like forgetting like life functions and
Mm,
things like that. So yeah, I'm not a porn
congratulations.
addict. I guess next time I talk to them, I'll find out if I'm a sex addict.
I was just about to ask. That's the next step.
Yeah, I do have attention deficit disorder though. I do have that. So probably getting a prescription for Adderall soon.
Isn't that interesting? Because I once just even asked an old provider. She's not my provider anymore. Like, I wonder if I have attention deficit just based off of what some therapist said, and completely dismissed me and said like most adults don't have ADHD. I'm like, okay. So I felt kind
Mm.
of put down
Well,
by it. I'm not
hyperactive.
saying that I do, but
Well, ADHD, hyperactive disorder, I think most adults don't have, but attention deficit disorder, like, yeah,
mm,
I know people all the time that literally like it's like we could be having a conversation right now about like the weather, and next thing you know, they're like, oh, but what about that car that just drove by here? Like they just have a lack of focus and stuff like that. It, it, I have a focus problem.
mm.
I do. Um, And honestly, I feel like recording these shows kind of keep me grounded in a way.
I'll be curious to see how you feel after you start taking the Adderall.
I've got the prescription. Like my doctor recommended that I just go ahead, like take it one a day, you know, because we gotta get a baseline of how I am on it, and then after once I get my first refill done, then I can start taking it as needed. And I'm like, because I have heard that like Adderall, you kind of need to be weaned off of it sometimes because Adderall is an amphetamine, and I'm like, I don't know if I need to be like this. Good news is it doesn't count. It doesn't interact with my BP medication.
Right. And also, anytime you're taking a medication that deals with your neurotransmitters in your brain, so this is beyond just ADHD meds. I mean, in a sense, they could, for lack of better words, kind of change who you are a little bit. Not at
Yeah.
your core, your soul, or whatever, but you are altering the chemicals that fire off in your brain, and you are going to kind of end up being a little different, uh,
Yeah. So I'm
philosophically
curious about that.
speaking.
Maybe.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, the boyfriend's out of town until next week. Maybe I should do it now while he's out.
Baby notices.
Yeah. I mean, that was the other thing too, because he also takes Adderall, but he takes it as needed and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And he told me it makes him feel and act different. Uh, but it's always when he needs to focus, like for work or when he has to get something done. And I'm like, well, I'm curious about that because I feel like some days like I could be more productive if I had better focus.
Does that scare you though? And I don't mean this to make
It
this
does.
pointed at you. I just mean now that we're kind of talking about generally speaking, because I had the same thought when I was put on an antidepressant. Just to put
Mhm.
context there. Does that kind of freak you out a little bit or concern you at all?
It does, but I think I think the one thing that I have going for me is like I don't have like that addictive quality, meaning that I can tell you quite a few times where I've stuff that I've done like substances and stuff like that is like okay, this is cool, like I but and I move on, stuff like that. Or like for example, like I own a vape, like I have various like juices to go in the vape. I barely use the vape, you know like every now and then I'll just hit it because like I'm like okay, like oh, I forgot I had this, I hit it, and like that's it. um like I'll go out to parties and stuff like that. I'll have one, maybe two drinks, but I'm never out there getting like shit faced or whatnot, or never. It's always weird for me, and I'm not trying to talk trash about anybody that does this. It's always weird to me, like you go to work, you drive all the way home, you deal with traffic, all this bullshit, and the first thing you do when you get home, kick off your shoes and go grab a beer. I think that's the weirdest thing. It's almost like the people who swear they cannot function until they have their first cup of coffee for the day. I'm like, what type of addict are you? Like you, because I can, as much as I don't want to deal with people, like I don't need like coffee or a substance to start dealing with my day.
Mhm.
I love the taste of coffee, but I'm just saying, like I just find like people's habits weird sometimes, particularly like that, because like the first thing you do when you walk in the door is do this. The first thing, and it's something that's not actually productive. I understand if it's to relax, but the fact that you need to relax also makes me wonder how addicted you are to it.
Or have you ever kind of do you have any of those kind of thoughts or concerns when it comes to any sort of
Well,
pharmaceutical,
well,
prescribed or not?
I'm on. I take Adderall, and I
How
am
often do you
on
take it?
every day in the
Oh,
morning.
so you do take it daily.
Yeah, it works for a while, but
Well, yeah, it's supposed
it
to be like slow release, if I'm not mistaken, right?
There's two different
mine's
Oh,
instant
there is. I
release.
think
there's
I
Yeah,
think
two
mine is.
different formulations.
yeah, mine is instant release and lasts like 4 hours. Um, it's it I definitely know I feel different. Um, I definitely know I am more focused, but sometimes I feel like I focus on the wrong things. Uh, but I think that's just because I have so many things I'm trying to do or take care of or work on or do stuff at work that I just kind of focus on one thing and like it just like super hyper focused and um I feel I definitely feel like my temper is quicker. Like I definitely have a shorter temper. I sometimes have a harder time talking about things like getting words out and stuff. Like I don't know why that is. I feel like I have a harder time talking about things like in general, not just like feelings or anything, but just like in general I have a harder time talking about things. Um and I have a
This is where you need MDMA.
and
That'll open you right up.
I definitely have a harder time falling asleep at night. So even
Oh
if I
no, don't say that.
yeah, no, I have a pill specifically to help me fall asleep that was prescribed to me because this version of Adderall I'm on is known to make people stay up.
Well, if you don't mind me asking, and you don't have to answer anything you don't want to on air, but like when would generally be the last dose you take before you go to bed?
I take it first thing in the morning when I wake up.
Oh, so you don't take any subsequent doses? And that's are
And
you
you're like
sure
a
it's immediate release?
Hmm.
Wow.
and you're like a night owl, and you tell me you have a hard time sleeping.
Hmm. Yeah,
Let's see. Medicine may. I was told if I take this and I get pulled over and they think I'm under the influence, like this is a controlled substance, so like I could get popped.
yeah, you're not supposed to drive with it. um,
Yeah, it's in the same controlled category as narcotics, unfortunately, or
yeah,
opioids. I mean, different class entirely, but it's the same controlled substance schedule. It's a C2.
Okay, I'm
yeah,
curious. I might take one of these in the morning. I haven't opened the like it's still got the tamper seal on it. I have not opened it yet.
Obviously, I'm not being the medical professional that I am right now, but if you're having issues sleeping and you need to be put on another medication to help you sleep, they might want to try a different stimulant because there's more than just Adderall. Unless you've already tried it, we don't need to go into that, but just,
this is the third thing I've been on
oh,
that's
okay.
different. And
That's a bummer then because that's what the one thing I hate about pharma stuff is sometimes when you take one pill, they need another pill to help manage something from the other pill.
yeah,
Oh.
I don't really know like I don't know. It's just I'm all kinds of messed up, I guess. But like it just everything mixed together is just sometimes I feel fine during the day and I feel normal and I feel great. And other times, if one tiny thing is off, my whole day is messed up.
Mm.
It just doesn't matter what it is.
Mm.
Um, and sometimes I have a hard time doing just normal things. Like even coming on the podcast, sometimes I have a hard time, like just being here. To be honest, it's not the best feeling, but it's okay. You just kind of push through it and, you know,
Well, I appreciate you sharing that because it's a weird what do we say in the medical field? Like risk benefit, right? Because this medication is to help you bridge that gap for your brain to help you with focus so you can function in daily life. And yet on the other hand, it's impacting other functionalities of your daily life.
hmm
I'm afraid of the day that I ever come off my generic Effexor, an antidepressant for whatever fucked up mental illness I have that no therapist can truly nail down because I have developed better tools of coping. I see a therapist. My knock on wood life is more stable. So I feel like I'm at a point in my life where I would like to taper myself off the antidepressant because I think I now have the tools to be able to handle whatever. But I've been on antidepressants one way or the other and various other meds for many years now that
So
I'm kind of
you gotta
afraid.
Yeah, you got to be
Right?
weaned off of them. Plus,
Oh,
you
for
have to like
sure.
monitor. Plus, you have to monitor like the changes that happen to you. So, oh man, I don't envy you.
Yeah, the type of antidepressant that I'm on now, I can miss just one day and a couple hours after missing the dose, just a couple hours.
You feel like
I'll have
shit.
these weird,
Oh,
yeah, I do feel like shit, but it's this weird like little electrical shocks in my brain. Like I can't
ooh,
describe the feeling, and I looked it up. And several people, like many people, and I asked real life people that it's a common symptom. It's weird. It's like static shocks in your brain. But anyway, and
oh my
even that,
god.
just I would like to hope I'm the same person, but goodness me, like it's been so long that I've not been on any medication. I kind of worry, like, would I be any different? Would I behave differently if I was ever off of it? I
Oh my
would like
god.
to. I hate pills, but
It reminds me. It reminds me of like being the reverse of those. Don't say no. This is your brain on drugs. Like this is the reverse though.
mhm.
Oh man, I
Yeah.
swear. Like, yeah. So I don't know.
I,
Like, I feel like it's the wild west for me right now because like one of the things that my therapist did say in my intake is that like she told me that because of my age, like I've gotten well adjusted to like the problems that I have mentally and stuff like that. It's not like I'm crazy or anything, but the fact that like I dealt for so long with like attention deficit disorder and stuff like that she said, yeah, like you are exhibiting signs of someone with attention deficit disorder, but you have some really good coping mechanisms for it, like, and I'm like, really? Because like I'm starting to become hyper aware of it now, and I think I'm becoming hyper aware of it now because people are saying things to me, uh people are saying things that are making me like get inside my own headspace and like, am I really that way, and that's what ultimately led me to like going to see a therapist. Well, that's one of the reasons why.
Mm-hmm.
I told you guys for a long time. So I told you guys since episode one of After Dark that I want that I felt like I need therapy. Just to figure out like life. That was like my main goal was to figure out life and like things that are going on with me and stuff like that. But now we're getting to the root of it, and yeah, like there are some things that I'm dealing with. On a social level that like here we are.
yeah, I definitely feel like wish I wasn't on this stuff sometimes just by the way I feel a lot of the time. Um, so that's probably not great, but who's to say? Um, I don't know. I definitely feel like I haven't felt like myself in a while. Uh, and I think it's because of these pills. But
How long you been on it? How long you been taking them?
oh god, I don't know, close to a year.
Oh, so it's technically you're new. I thought the way you said it earlier, I figured you'd been on like 5+ years or something.
No, no, I'm on them because uh, I was told to go get checked out and make sure everything's okay. Uh, and this is what happened.
You
So
mean everything's okay? Like they were about to put you on a suicide watch or something?
no, but
Okay. Well,
you know,
no, no. When you say like go get checked out and make sure everything's okay, like damn, that's
yeah, I don't know. I definitely just don't. I don't. There's some parts I definitely feel like I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I don't like how I feel in a lot of ways, but I know that it's helping in a lot of ways. So I don't really know which way to go with it. I
Hmm.
guess it just depends on um how I guess it just depends on what I feel like feeling like. uh but it definitely is a weird feeling, I guess. I don't know. I definitely feel different, and I don't know if it's good or bad, but I definitely don't feel like I used to, and again, I don't know if that's good or bad. So
Definitely seems like you're still in the discovery phase of all of it. So,
Hmm.
Yeah.
just keep the conversation going with your healthcare provider and just be honest. It's your life, right? So, you gotta make those informed decisions. Yes,
Yeah.
Ron.
I'm glad you said that about be honest because like honestly when you're talking to you whether it's your primary care physician, whether it's a consultant, a therapist, a specialist or whatnot, always be truthful about what's going on with you because they cannot help you if you're not telling them everything. Even if it's the most embarrassing thing in the world for you, like you got something going on, on your backside or whatnot, like tell them everything. Tell them everything about what you think may have got you to that point, stuff and vice versa on the flip side, about the mental health stuff, like let them know everything. If you've suffered some type of trauma that, like is typically embarrassing or whatnot, like still like tell your doctor, physician, your therapist everything that they need to know to help you. It will only help you in the long run. But hiding stuff is not going to make anything better. If anything, it's going
Except
to
for a
make it
waste of
worse.
copay.
That yeah, yeah.
I'm glad you said that. There's one thing that I don't understand. I have a family member. I'll just keep it like that just in case that really doesn't believe in mental health and stuff like that. But this particular individual kind of had a lot of drinking issues, claiming trauma as the cause of drinking, and eventually, after almost kind of family intervention like levels, got said individual to start going to see a psychiatrist or therapist. I don't get all the details. And yet this individual, I am told, is not honest and would make stuff up to said psychiatrist and therapist.
Oh
And I'm
wow.
like, you are wasting your time, their
Exactly.
time, money, and just you're not getting better. Like, what's the point of you making this all up because that person's just embarrassed or wants to look good in front of the doctor? Like, oh, everything's fine. I just drink because my partner nags me all the time or something. I just I don't get it, man. I mean, this is why you see a professional, right? So you don't have to feel embarrassed because you're technically talking to a stranger or a professional.
Mhm.
You're not talking to a family member that will judge you. I don't know.
Like don't be afraid about that shit. Jesus.
Hmm. It's very infuriating. Oh, well, you can lead a horse to water, but can't make it drink.
Huh, true that.
You said
Um,
true that.
I don't know. We got any parting words on this?
I mean, I don't know. Just also use your own judgment, I guess, too. I guess. I mean, I know you just said you can't make it, you lead the horse to water, but you can't make it drink. But like, maybe the horse isn't thirsty. You know, I don't know. Maybe that's just a terrible analogy. I don't know what I'm saying.
It's not. I mean, in the end, we're all responsible for our own physical and mental well-being. And the best way we can go about it is being A, honest with ourselves, and B, honest with our healthcare provider. And the ideal type of relationship between a patient and a doctor or nurse or whoever is having an open conversation and making informed decisions, right?
Hmm.
It's not ideal when you go there and the doctor's a pill pusher. It's also not ideal if you're going there and pushing the prescribing to the doctor saying, "Give me Ozempic." Neither works.
Hmm.
You just need to be properly educated because the average person does not understand anatomy, biology, and pharmacy, which makes sense, right? You need to be, you need to you need to study up on that stuff. So that's what the provider is for. And after discussion, you need to decide what you feel is ultimately best.
Yeah.
Um, and no, there is no miracle pill out there, folks. Okay?
There's no miracle pill for anything out there.
No. And that's not to say don't take any pills whatsoever, ever, because I know some people like that. Like they think that they can cure cancer by rubbing butter under their armpits or some weird shit. But again, just make informed decisions, okay? Like, And that's between you and the provider, not us as Boss Rush After Dark people. We're not your
We're not your
therapists
doctors.
or doctors.
We're not your doctors. We're just trying to help we're trying to help you realize whether you need to see one or not. That's what
Yeah.
we try to do.
Or you know what, just someone to listen to that maybe you're going through it, just so you don't feel alone. Just know that you are not alone. So
Yep.
whatever decisions you might end up making as to your health, you know, we got your back. Do what you got to do. Sorry, I'm rambling. I'm
No,
like
no, no, it's
passionate
fine.
about it, but I am also talking in circles.
I I just want to say one more thing, I guess, pertaining to me in particular. I guess this is to LeRon, who is going through this stuff too. I guess not too, but what you said earlier.
Mhm.
I the medication definitely makes me feel different. I don't know if I feel better, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So I guess that's all I have to say on that. I don't know if I feel better mentally about myself, I guess. Some of the pills are doing what they're supposed to, and the other one is doing another thing that it's supposed to, but at the end of the day, I don't know if I feel better about myself. So
That's fair. Okay. Yeah. All right. You know what? With all that being said, I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap up the show right there. Like it wound up being kind of deep conversation tonight. And look at that. We didn't talk about sex tonight.
that's not true. We opened the show with sex, LeRon.
Okay, we did, but we veered away we veered away from it pretty fast.
We pulled out, as they say.
I like having some deep conversations once in a while. As much as I love our silly sex topics, but it's nice to kind of get real sometimes. Not that sex isn't real. I don't know.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
tired.
sex is very real.
Hmm.
Just a quick reminder out there, like if you have any questions or any suggestions for topics that we can talk about here on After Dark, please hit us up at all of our various like socials and things of that nature. Also hit us up at what is it, bossrushafterdark@gmail.com. That's it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've said it enough that I should have it remembered by now. But yeah, Patreon, Discord, all that stuff. Like, yeah, hit us up or look out for whenever we have like the roll calls when we're looking for questions or comments or topics from you guys. And yeah, we'd love to hear from you. Always remember, like, please like support the show. Always when you have a chance, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Comment, and subscribe wherever you catch us at. Leave a 5-star rating for us over on the audio podcast side, and leave a comment. We appreciate it. We love you. Hey everyone, this has been episode 113 of Boss Rush After Dark. Remember, this is the topical. The alternative topical podcast for adults from the Boss Rush Network. See, that's what we mean by it gets late at night and our brains turn to mush by the time we're ready to talk to you guys. But yeah, take care of yourselves. Be easy out there. And please come back again and join us for another all-new episode of Boss Rush After Dark. We love you.
We love you.
If you want to see how you can become a Patreon producer, head on over to patreon.com/bossrushnetwork. The Patreon producers for this month are Adriel Munger, Austin Campbell, Celeste Roberts, Christian S., Sana Deering, Francisco Santillan, Matthew Keel, and Todd Oxtra. Thanks for your continued support of the Boss Rush Network.